Today we're going to learn about activity time. In activity time, we're going to learn about our America book. Turn to page 53. I have some vocabulary. I'll say it. You say after me. Apothecary.
Apothecary.
Molasses.
Molasses.
Pharmacy.
Pharmacy.
A place to buy medicine.
A place to buy medicine.
Barter, trading goods or services instead of using money. Barter,
Barter.
trading goods or services.
Barter.
Trading
goods or
services
trading of using money.
instead of using money. Good job. Other shops. There are other shops to see in a colonial town. An apothecary shop sold mixtures of spices and herbs for medicines. Today, people could call this kind of store a pharmacy. You could buy barrels from the cooper. Barrels were good storing food, such as fish or molasses. At the whitesmith shops, you could buy things made from tin. Most colonial candle holders, lanterns, cups, and dippers were made of tin. Now let's go to buying and selling. Buying and selling. As you can see, colonial stores were very different from the stores we have now. Today, you cannot see the items being made when you go shopping. Instead, items were mostly made in factories so stores can buy them to sell. Something else was different in colonial town. Not all the colonials wanted money. If they wanted to buy something, they could barter for it or trade for it. A colonist could bring vegetables to trade with the blacksmith if he needed horseshoes. Perhaps the silversmith would need a new table. He could trade the candlestick for a table from the joiner. Now we have some. Do you remember? Match the name of the craftsman with the items that he makes. Do you remember what apothecary made? An apothecary made medicine. So you would trace apothecary to the bottle. All right, now the cobbler made something out of wood. You would match the cobbler to the table. The silversmith, you will match it to a shape kind of a ring. A blacksmith, you would trace them to horseshoes, to the shoes. And the joiner, you will use the candles holder. The cooper, you will use barrels. All right, let's turn to the next page. Did you know that? Today we buy sugar in bags, right? The colonials bought sugar by the loaf. A loaf was a large 8-pound lump of sugar. Colonists could break off a piece if they needed some sugar because sugar was very expensive. Most people in the north use maple syrup to sweeten food. Let's pause for a moment. I love maple syrup. It is very delicious. I had watched Mrs. Chapel eating it. It was so delicious. Guess who taught the colonists how to get maple syrup from the maple tree? The Native Americans. Think about it. What kind of chores might a colonial child have? All right. What do you think what a kind of chores a colonial child might have? They might work in a farm or go to school. That's it. Who owned the colonial pharmacy? Do you know it? An apothecary. Where did a colonist keep his molasses? The colonist keep his molasses in a barrel. How did a colony get something he needed without using money? the colonist gets something he needed without using money is he will barter or trade it for the things he needed. What did most colonists in the north use to sweeten their food? Student watching? They would use maple syrup from the maple tree. The Native Americans taught them. This is how they use the maple syrup. They see a maple tree. They will cut the tree, a big hole they could put their pound in, and the syrup will drop into the pound. All right. Now we have some vocabulary words. I'll say it. You say after me. Attend. Machine. Schoolmaster. Colonial schools. If a town was large enough, there was a school for children to attend. Some towns were still growing. They did not have a school yet. Learning was very important to colonial families. Many colonial children were taught to read at home. Many colonists were farmers. They did not have machines that farmers have today. When a job had to be done on the farm, the children helped. They did most of their learning during seasons when there was less farm work to be done. Yes. Now, do you remember? Let's read this. Remember, there was no cars and buses during the colonial days. How did a child get to school? He walked or she walked. Even how many miles, how far it is, they had to walk. They had to walk and walk. Many times, colonial children walked 3 or 4 miles to a schoolhouse. Learning was so important to colonial families that there were 6 school days each week. Even Saturday was a school day. In most colonial schoolhouses, a man called the schoolmaster that was the teacher for a long time. Schoolhouses had only one room. No matter how old they were, all the children were taught in the same room. In the school, the children sat on benches instead of at desks. There were few blackboards and maps. If they did not have paper, students wrote on pieces of bark from birch tree. During winter, a fireplace warmed the schoolhouse. Every child took turns bringing fireworks from home to school. All right, so what do we learn today? Student watching, today we learn about apothecary, a pharmacy, and today we learn about apothecary, a cooper, and a whitesmith shop. What does an apothecary do? An apothecary shop sold mixture and herbs for medicine. A cooper made barrels. Barrels were good for storing food, safe for winter, such as fish and molasses. At the whitesmith shop, you could buy tin. Most candle holders and lanterns, cups, and dippers were made of tin. If a colonist don't have money, what could they do? They could trade it or barter for goods, the things they use. What did the colonist people buy sugar in? A large 8-pound lump of a bag of sugar. Sugar was very expensive, and what did the colonists in the north do? They would use the maple syrup to sweeten the food. I love maple syrup. If a town was large enough, is there a school for children to learn? Yes, there would be a school for children to learn. And our activity time is finished now. And bye! See you next time. I will see you in other videos. Bye!